Welcome. It's so good that you're here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to sit for meditation with comfort and ease. My name is Nikki Costello, and I've been a yoga and meditation teacher for over 30 years. So I'm sharing my experience here and the most effective ways to be able to enjoy your practice of meditation without the constant obstacle of the body and the body's discomfort. So let's start. Right now, I'm seated up on the height of two folded blankets. And you'll see here that I have some additional blankets. So I have 4 altogether. And what's important is that each of these blankets is identical. And you'll see as we go along why that is a contributing factor, how the blankets and the firmness of the blankets and the folds of the blankets help to steady the body and lead to more relief and ease as you're sitting. So the blankets are folded like this on the pile, and I've just folded the blanket in half and stacked 2 of them on top of each other. Now, I started at that height because when I sit without the blankets and cross my legs, you'll see that the knees are up higher than the crease of the hips. And I'll turn to the side so you can see that. If the knees are coming upward over time in meditation, there's a tendency then to fall back on the spine, on the sacral area, and that will start to kind of grip and cause a discomfort. Or we try to lift ourselves up to stay straighter, and the muscles of the back and particularly the upper back also become gripped. So simply by coming up on the height, and I've chosen 2 for myself, when I cross my legs, the knees can relax downward, and now there's much more ease in the hips, in the lower back, so that I can elongate the sides of the trunk upward. So this is the basic or the beginning of establishing a foundation for the legs. Now you may find that with 2 blankets, you're still like this, or your knees are coming upward and the abdomen is rolling back. If that's the case, you take another blanket from your pile and you put that on top. Sometimes I like to sit with 3 blankets as well because I find that gradually there's such a release that comes to the thighs, to the inner groins, to the outer knees. When I'm seated on this height, I also can use an additional blanket, and watch here as I fold this. And by folding this blanket, I can put that underneath the outer calf muscle, the outer shin, so that the knees have something to comfortably rest upon. Now let's go to some other options. Oftentimes I see meditators that have one knee that bothers them, so they take a block or a blanket and support that knee. While that is absolutely a possibility, and you can see here how I'm doing that, what may happen is the body starts to tilt or move toward one side. So it can be just more effective to use this folded blanket across both shins so that both shins and knees are supported, even if one isn't the troublesome one. And this will allow you to have more equality, right? A more equanimity here in the sides of the body for your uprightness. Now, I'm going to venture into some other details here that are going to help you. So this is a comfortable cross-legged position. And many of us choose this when we first start to sit to meditate. However, there are many alternatives or leg positions that can be supportive if you're sitting for a long time. So as I release the legs here, this is the sort of basic posture, legs extended forward, that helps you understand the spine from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, elongating upwards. Now the legs can fold and do many different things. So watch, if I'm going to take a cross-legged position, I go ahead and bend the leg like this. But maybe I've been sitting for a while and the knee is starting to have a little bit of pressure, or I just want some release, some movement. I can have one leg in this position and one leg in this position and still remain here, still, quiet, and even with the eyes closed for some time. And sometimes it's helpful to also just take a hold of a knee and to lift the lower back and the spine upward. And this just helps to reset the elongation of your spine. Always seeing that the pelvis is downward and the crown of their head is extending upward. Another alternative leg position is when we bend the leg and we take the leg and foot backwards. Now you see how I've adjusted myself on the blankets, and that's because if this is how I want to keep the blankets, I'm just going to move one leg to the outside so that the foot and shin can extend back. In this position, I can also bend the other knee and quietly be here while my hips are releasing, while the pressure in the knee is relaxing in this position. Because sometimes for meditation, it's not that the posture is wrong, it's just that the time we're sitting there can create a buildup of pressure in the joints. Here in this position, I can also bend one leg like this and sit here. This is also a really good position if your back needs to move and you need to twist the body. You can do that to one side and then release. And then I can change the leg position and do the same thing on the other side. And by doing this, by continuously changing the leg positions throughout the time that you're meditating, or if you're in an intensive or a one-day meditation, or perhaps you're sitting for many, many, many hours, having these alternatives will save your body and your mind. I'm going to show one more thing, and that is many people know that one of the most classic meditation postures is the lotus pose. So this is the easy version of the lotus because the feet are below the knees. When we take a lotus posture, one foot is coming on top of a thigh and the other foot is coming on top of the thigh. And so this pose is incredible because of how grounded it is, that the pelvis and the legs are descending well toward the earth. If I show you this from the side, you'll see that it doesn't take so much effort to have the spine lifted upward at the lower back or the shoulders releasing backward so that the entire spine is elongated. Now, you may also notice that as I'm doing this, that one knee is a little higher, in which case I could use one of the blankets that I have behind me, sit up on a little bit of height, and then the thighs and knees would gravitate downward. Nice. Another thing that you can do when your legs are in Padmasana, or even if your legs are in a simple cross-legged posture, is interlace your fingers, extend your arms forward, and use the stretch of the arms to help you lift the sides. And this can bring a lot of energy to the body if you found yourself sinking down, or even if your mind starts to become dull. So you would do that interlacing your fingers and then changing the interlace. And then again, taking your arms upward. And with each breath, you get a little taller, a little longer. And then you can rest your hands again. I hope that you've enjoyed these alternative sitting postures when you're sitting for extended time in meditation.